everybody, welcome back to Happy Bake Day, where every day is a happy bake day. I hope your gingerbread butterscotch crinkle cookies from last week turned out delicious. If you missed that episode, of course, you can check it out right here. Today, we are going to be making a Nutella cookie butter babka, which is one of my personal favorite desserts. Babka is really great and really versatile because you can fill it with pretty much any sweet filling that you like. But today we're going to be doing Nutella and cookie butter. This will be made in a few different parts. The first part is making the dough, and after you make the dough, it will need to rest and rise for about an hour. The next part will be making our Nutella cookie butter filling. And then the last part will be making a delicious simple syrup topping to add once our babka is out of the oven. So the ingredients you're going to need for the dough are 1/2 cup of whole milk warm, and you want it to be at about 120 to 125 degrees. 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 large egg plus 1 egg yolk at room temperature, 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 7 tablespoons of unsalted butter, room temperature and cubed. Our first step is to take our warm milk, add the yeast and a little bit of sugar that we already have set aside. I've got a fork that we're going to mix it all together, and then what we'll do is put the milk and yeast mixture to the side for about 5 or so minutes, and you want it to get nice and bubbly, and then we'll be ready to use it. While our yeast and milk mixture has been set aside, the next step is to take a smaller mixing bowl. We're going to combine the remaining sugar as well as our egg and egg yolk, and I have a whisk here to help me with that. For this next part, I do have my stand mixer here with a dough hook attachment. What we're going to do is add in our flour and salt into our stand mixer's bowl. Then we'll add in our yeast mixture after it starts getting nice and bubbly. And then we'll also add in our egg and sugar mixture, and we'll start to mix it with our dough hook. Once you see the ingredients really starting to combine into like a nice gooey sticky mess, you'll slowly add in your butter, just a couple of cubes at a time, nice and slow, and you'll see that dough become a little less sticky and form a really beautiful cohesive dough. After that, you can stop your stand mixer and put your bowl to the side. Our dough is mixed, it looks beautiful. I have here a large bowl that I have sprayed with a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to transfer my dough here into my oiled bowl. I'm going to roll the dough around for a minute to let it get covered in the oil. Then what we'll do is cover the bowl with a clean dish towel, and you're going to let it sit for an hour or until your dough is completely risen and doubled in size. At that point, we'll be ready to roll it out and add our filling. Our 1 hour timer has finally gone off. Our dough has doubled in size. It is ready to be rolled out. I have lightly floured my countertop, and I have my rolling pin, and you're going to roll it out into a rectangle about 14 to 16 inches long. I also have here 1/2 cup of cookie butter and a 1/4 cup of Nutella. And what you'll do is after you roll out your dough, you'll microwave your cookie butter until it gets a little bit melty and easily spreadable. And you'll spread it across the entire dough, but be sure to leave just a little bit of a border around the edges. I do have an offset spatula to help me with that. And once you have completely covered your dough with your cookie butter, you'll do the same thing with your Nutella. You'll just melt it a little bit in your microwave, but instead of spreading it, what you can do is just drizzle it across the cookie butter top, and then it'll be ready to roll. So you'll completely roll your dough into a nice tight log shape, and then we'll be ready for the next step. I've rolled my babka. As you can see, it's going to be very messy. I also have here a greased loaf pan. It's about 9 by 5 or so. What we're going to do is take a serrated knife and cut the babka here in half. This is gonna get really messy. It's gonna get the cookie butter and Nutella everywhere. It's okay, we'll wash your hands later. But once you cut your babka in half, you'll open it up like a book and you'll gently weave the pieces back and forth with the cut side up. Afterwards, you'll put it here in your loaf pan, and then you will cover it one more time and we'll let it rise for another hour. So it's been 1 hour and our babka is ready to go in the oven. I did start preheating my oven to 350 degrees during the last 15 or so minutes while my babka was still rising. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 45-ish, 50-ish minutes. What you'll do is use a cake tester in the center to make sure it comes out clean. And once it comes out clean, or relatively clean, then it's ready to pull out of the oven. But while this is baking, we will be making a simple syrup. So we will start that as soon as this goes in. So to make our simple syrup, I have a small saucepan and I filled it with half a cup of water. And then I have half a cup of granulated sugar. What we'll do is combine the sugar into the water, and then we'll put this over medium-low heat on top of the stove. You'll stir constantly until your sugar completely melts. Once your sugar completely melts, you can pull this off of the stove. What you'll do is when your babka is completely fresh and out of the oven, as soon as you pull it out, you're going to take a fork or a knife. I'm gonna probably use a chopstick, and I'm gonna poke holes all over the top of the babka and pour all of my simple syrup over top of that. It might seem like a lot, but you want to use all of the simple syrup completely covered on top of the babka. You'll let your babka rest in the pan for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then once that time is up, you'll take it out and you'll let it cool the rest of the way on a wire rack. Thank you so much for joining me today while we made our Nutella cookie butter babka. I hope yours came out delicious. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you had fun today. I appreciate each and every single subscriber as you join me on this journey from banker to baker. Don't forget, you can also visit our website or our other social media accounts for this and all of our other fun recipes. Until next time, we hope you have a very happy bake day.